Good morning, good morning, good morning. It is more on the road with Bernard Moore the third, presented to you by More and More Sports Management. Nothing but more is our slogan in which we try to live by nothing but more. I'm here live at Banner Hall 4465 I-55 Furnace Road in Jackson, Mississippi, home to Broad Street Bakery, Luma Bookstore, Fresh Ink, Tuxedo 2, Barnett Salon, Weave Architects, Bridal Path Show, and McGeanie Beanie. I mispronounce the name, so I'm turning it up. McGeania Beanie Catering. One of my good friends, Jeff Good and Mr. Blumenthal. They are owners and founders of Virginia Beanie Banner Hall. Broad Street, Silent Mookie's, all that good stuff. But here live for more on the road. Again, we have Banner Hall 4465 I-55 Furnace Road. If you ever come here, now definitely come upstairs to the second floor at the bookstore. Downstairs on the first floor, you have Broad Street, Fresh Ink, and it's another print shop here. I think they just opened up. I don't know the name of it, but definitely check them out. It's a lot of different environment here in Banner Hall. But definitely once you come in, check out Broad Street Bakery, get you some fresh made bread here locally in this area. Again, this is Born Road Bernard Moore the third, presented to you by Mobile Sports Management. We get chat, guys, this lovely day. I know I've been MIA for a while for the past few Saturdays. However, back. I just have to understand though, this Saturday I was scheduled to do something, and then the client called and had to get on. And so I went and took care of what I had to take care of. So that's the reason why I went there last Saturday. But we're here today. So definitely thank you for tuning in and being part of us. Now you're looking like, what am I looking at? Doing some stuff on the computer as we chat. But life must go on. Now, here live in Jackson, Mississippi, home of the Magnolia State flag. I'm just joking. But we got a lot to talk about here. If you definitely like to be a part of the show, you can definitely chime in. We're located on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Twitch, Yik Yak, Patty Wag, all the good stuff. So if you want to find us, search bar and look at some of our social media sites, or you can take a look at our website. For YouTube, I know definitely strictly for YouTube, I know if you want to find more and more sports management, go to our website and click on the link. Because when you type in more and more sports management on the web on YouTube directly in the search engine, you're gonna pull up a lot of stuff. And also, I want to say I think it's Instagram or Twitter, one of those two profile. There's another more and more sports management. They deal with a lot of soccer. So there's another more and more sports management in this world. Whoa. Maybe we're about that business. It's something, but it's dealing with soccer. It's a company overseas dealing with soccer, promoting soccer leagues, things along the line. But definitely take a look at it for more information. Website at www.management.com. The final four is come to an end. It was some time break. Because out there who was at UCLA looking and Houston to pull to UCLA and Houston to either petition to play in the Final Four. Neither one. Alabama was a top seed that everyone was expecting. And they didn't make it that far. So the Final Four was not about the most strong team. It was about good basketball. However, the men's Final Four, UConn came out victorious. They defeated San Diego State. And with San Diego State was a Cinderella team. I was looking when had a Facebook friend. He threw out a poll about who would win the Final Four between uh, Miami, Miami and UConn, FAU, and San Diego State. I chose UConn and FAU because I thought FAU was going to pull out a victory over San Diego State, but it didn't work. So the Final Four with UConn and San Diego State played their best, but the UConn was just a little too strong for them. There were more experienced teams have had the opportunity to play in multiple Final Fours and NCAA finals, so they have the experience, but that still doesn't matter. Kudos to San Diego State and the season that they had. They made it thus far, so kudos to you guys. Hey, something definitely to look forward to next year, but that definitely shows you about um, what basketball is going to be next year coming up. Because the Cinderella season when Gonzaga, Bradley, when they came through, they was Cinderella season. Then they came out and they're still producing. They're still on a consistent basis of making a Final Four. They're still on a consistent basis returning to the NCAA tournament. But like they say, and when it matters, it matters. And I know Gonzaga made it down to the Elite Eight, so that shows that hey, they're still producing. But they just couldn't overcome UConn. UConn beat Gonzaga 82 to 54, and then UConn continued on to the Final Four to face Miami, in which Miami was a team, a surprise team as well that made it thus far to the Final Four, but they were defeated by UConn 72 to 59. I had have a friend that played for Miami, and I know he dropped 43 against UConn. I think when they were in the Big East, and I know he walked through and yeah, it was uh, seven and with was UConn single defeated to 59. But again, that goes to show you that basketball is played on the court, not based off of the power of the particular institution that they're playing. It's played on the court. So that's all it needs to be said. Basketball played court. Now let's flip the script and go over to the women's side. Well, let me go. I know a lot of said the men game was not as exciting as individuals thought it should be. Uh, no, they had more attention to the female side. So men, I think they're probably going to have to, as I say, turn it up some just a little bit. So we'll go ahead and draw that attention back to the men's game. But it is what it is, what it is, what it is. So, Ben, do what you got to do. Go back to the drawing board. Go ahead and do something a little different so that we get the men's basketball back up to where it should be. Now, let's go over to the women's side. And the women's Final Four, I'm bringing it down to it. We had South Carolina versus Iowa and LSU versus Virginia Tech. Both Final Four games were very tough. They were fought tooth and nail. They were tough. The number one seed South Carolina was defeated by the number two seed Iowa, 73 to 77, in which I watched that game and I can't really put my on it, put to say, hey, this is what happened. But they get very close, and I think South Carolina really did not come out and play like they wanted to. They played, they were there, kudos to them, but you think that they did not play fully like you expected them to. And I was having water cooler talk with another sports fan, and we were just talking about sometimes the high intensity that you have to play each and every day, especially in those tournaments, that you probably have a day rest and then you back at it again. And some individuals can adapt to that particular type of pressure or what it comes to them playing hard, then get a day rest, then back at it playing hard again. So sometimes you have to, I would say, just have to balance it out so that you can be productive when you're playing in those particular high intense games because again it takes a lot. As a coach, you want your best players on the court, and if you feel that you can that your main team are playing, I suggest them kind of resting your strong players, the ones that really go hard a lot. So that and also tell that's why you definitely need depth because if you have to go to your bench can come in and still produce just as you had your starting five on it. And I know some coaches don't want to deal with that, but that's an issue as a coach that I would have to deal with pulling my hair out, confused up all night about. who am I going to start because my team is just that good. Any of these players can start. They have the start. They have the ability to start. But I'll be frustrated, saying who do I need to start instead of I know who my start five is, no problem, and going to get ready for the game. That's one thing I know a coach you don't want to have, but you would love to have. But I'll figure out who can you start. Now that means that the team is loaded, and that's what you want the team to be loaded. In some levels, I say some people say, well, they didn't have their starting five, they didn't have their best player, they didn't have their top player. I know sometimes their top player can bring, uh, can have positive environment, could bring a positive. What's the word I'm trying to? Word, don't even know what the word I'm looking for. Can bring a positive vibe that can help the team gel and motivate them to play better. But if you are on this team, you show the coaching staff something that you belong. So that means that you need to do what you need to do to get better. And that when your name is called, that you can go on the court or come on the field or get in the starting in the lineup and produce just as if you were a starter. So mindset that you have to be ready to roll regardless of whatever opportunity presents itself. So just be ready, as I say. Again, this is more on the road with Bernard Moore III, brought through by more and more sports management, nothing but more as our slogan. If you definitely like to chime in, you can follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. I would advise to go to our website so to get the information quickly. Just click on the link down at the bottom of the screen to get directly to our website, to get directly to our social media platform. But now, in reference to the NCAA tournament, I definitely want to talk about uh, the situation between Angela Reese and Caitlin Clark. Now, it is something that we talk about what transpired. Some people say that it was disrespectful, and the others say that it's. I say it is sports. It is what we're looking for to. It is something that we want. We want that edge. We want that edge. We want that camaraderie. We want that something can bring excitement to the game. It's not showing a sign of disrespect or anything, so please don't take it as such. It is something that we're just bringing that edge to the game. Now, again, this is a picture of Clayton Clark and Angel Reese in reference to when Angel Reese held up the ring saying, "Hey, ring me." Now, she is. I can look at it as a former player, as a former coach that works in this industry. I would say not being disrespectful. It's just you want your athletes to have confidence. I'm not saying that they're cocky. Now, I don't know either one of these individuals personally, so I can't say if they're cocky or that's their attitude or that's who they are. When you're in that moment, you're in that moment, and so you're going to be excited in that moment, and you're going to play in that moment. So you're going to enjoy that moment. So sometimes whatever comes out, if it's not anything that is going to physically harm anybody or degrade anybody verbally to being disrespectful, I would say, what's the problem? She just said, "Hey, ring me." Yeah, I said, I got my wedding ring on. I almost had a championship ring back in what was it, 1999. I almost had one when I was a student athlete at work, student working athlete at Jackson State University, DI Love, when they had the inaugural East and West Championship game, which we participated in back in 1999. The Southern Jaguars and the Jackson State University Tigers. Yes, we did lose that game by 1 point. 1 point. Were defeated by the Jaguars. It was a hard fought game. What did we play? Was it Birmingham? I know we played in Alabama, but I know it was a hard fought game. But we lost by 1 point. And yes, I was sick that weekend. I was sick physically as well as I was sick mentally because I was looking forward to participating and going to Atlanta. After that following week, but we lost and we had to travel back to Jackson and I had to study for my exams, in which I didn't study for because I thought we was gonna go to Atlanta. And I was gonna take it easy, but hey, it is what it is. But I still passed. I graduated, class of 2004, with a bachelor's degree. So I did what I had to do in school. So don't be talking about me saying that I did not do that during school. But now again, in reference to back to the situation we're talking about Ringman, it's part of the game. That's part of the game, and that's what a couple of weeks, the week before, I mean, the game before, Caitlin Clark did it when she played against South Carolina. To my, you can't see me, the John Cena wrestling, and in reference to that wrestling, that is entertainment. A lot of the sports that we're providing is a source of entertainment. I hope that these individuals still have a mutual respect for each other, off the court. But when it's on the court, it's like that's how it is. I know I was talking with the coach once before too, and she was talking about when she played, and we were around about this similar in age. We were around the same age. I said, man, hey, when we played on the court, and once we saw you off the court, we had still had respect for you. We speak, but when we don't play in that playing field, hey, it's about the business. And now the coach was telling me some people now they text and chat, laughing about this and that, talking about what they're gonna do. That's good that you have a relationship, especially if you all played at the same high school or played somewhere together, but then you chose to go different directions in college. Now that's understandable. But and then also you still form a bond when you're playing against different schools, different institutions, because you're representing that conference or you're representing that sport in particular while you're representing your school. So and a way I understand though that they want to form a relationship, but as again, once you're on the playing surface, you're on the court. Hey, I'm about the business. I'm gonna do what I got to do to play. I'm not gonna do anything to be disrespectful or put you in harm's way. No, I'm gonna just try to add this. I'm gonna try to tag you up. I'm gonna put, especially in basketball. I know basketball is more of you can say in a sport that you can easily be embarrassed in because one thing you don't have anything to cover up your face because you're playing in a uniform, shorts and the jersey with shoes, but you have nothing covering up your face, so they can't really see your expression. If somebody cross you over, or somebody dunk on you, or somebody shoot a 3 point in the face, so they can't really see your facial expression compared to how it is in football. If somebody breaks somebody ankle in football, put a good juke move, or somebody run over somebody, they can't really see your facial expression unless you had that camera person that was there. Was that the 70 something Pittsburgh Steeler game? What they call the miraculous catch when Franco Harris caught the ball, scooped it up, and took it in for a touchdown. Now, if you that camera guy, where you zooming in on everything, you got a good, perfect view. But with today's technology, now you can really zoom in and see what's going on. Unless you're that guy, you can't really see what happened in football. So basketball, it is a little different. So, but it is what it is. So analysts, reporters, society, leave these two young ladies alone. Applaud them for the success that they had. They're two young ladies making a difference on the basketball court, and I pray that they're making a difference in the classroom as well as in the community because they are scholar athletes. So Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese, I applaud you all. I wish you guys well on the success in your college career because Reese is a sophomore. I think she's on it, and Clark is junior. So I wish you ladies success and your teammates success on what you guys do. Make a difference in women's basketball because you guys brought a lot of attention to us. So I hope the attention that you guys brought, you use it in a positive way to help make a difference in society and what you do. Again, kudos to you ladies. Now, hey, I wish you guys well. Now, let's take a spin off from that. I wanted to ask, what do we represent? What do we represent? Do we represent the clothes that we wear, or do we represent the community which we grow up in? Do we represent the school in which we attend? Do we represent the school in which we graduated from? Do we represent the family lineage or the family tree that we were brought up in? What do we represent? Now, I know sometimes that we, as people say, we wear multiple hats and we put on different hats. That we got to put on this hat when we're with our homeboys. We got to act cool, and then we got to switch hat when we're when we're in the boardroom. We got to act business. That we have to act intelligent. Or when we're at home, we just let everything go. When we at church, we have to act religious, or when we are around our parents, we have to act respectful. What if all that collided together and you stuck in the middle? You got your board members in front of you, you got your church members behind you, you got your family on the side, and you got your boys on one side. They're like, man, how should I act? And sometimes it goes to that sense of confusion. What should I do? If you act the same way, regardless of whether you're in a boardroom, you're at church, you're with your family, you're with your homeboys or your homegirls, then all still should be the same because we represent ourselves and we represent what our lineage and what we were brought up around. I represent myself. I try to be a child of God. Am I perfect? No. Will I make some mistakes? Yes. I make some mistakes at church. I make some mistakes at home. I make some mistakes at work. I make some mistakes in the community. I make some mistakes when I'm by myself. I make some mistakes when I'm with my family. I make some mistakes when I'm with my boys. I make some mistakes when I'm I make mistakes. But when I make the mistakes, I still should try to be the same way at all times because you never know who's looking like. Right now, I'm sitting in Banner Hall where I have to soon go get me a pastry from Broad Street Bakery downstairs and go over to Luma and read a book while eating my pastry and tea. Then I look for it, then I'm going. Well, that's why I get my hair done at the salon. Right, wedding. Either I'm gonna be the pastor of the wedding, or I'm gonna be a guest of the wedding, or I'm gonna be one of the wedding part of the wedding party. But it is what it is. Again, this is more on the road with Bernard Moore third, presented to you by More and More Sports Management. Nothing but more is what we do. For more information, you can definitely take a look at our website, www.mms-management.com, as well as you can find information about our social media platform and the things that we do. Now, I want to pump up some. Speaking of More and More Sports Management, about the things that we do, we're getting ready to host a few benefit basketball games. We've already hosted two showcases. I work again with my local school district, in which I'm a part of. I'm a graduate of Forest Hill High School, in which were I'm matriculated to Jackson State University. I'm saying that word because of somebody that I know, and we'll talk about that later. I'm a product of Jackson, born and raised here in Jackson, Mississippi. I attended Woodville Heights Elementary, which is now closed, and then I continued my education up to Sywell Middle School, which is now closed. Man, they closed all schools I attend. Wow. And I finished my secondary education at Forest Hill High School, in which I continued my education on to Jackson State University. So I am a Jacksonian. I am part of Jackson. Born and raised here in Jackson. I've seen the good, the bad, the ugly, even of Jackson. So I know a little something about Jackson and what it can be and what it has been and the direction we're trying to go into right now. Now, with that, all that being said, to get you where I'm trying to go, uh, about the benefit events that I'm putting together. Again, I hosted two benefit events. Yes, athletics. The middle school all Star helped put that together. I'm not the I didn't take full credit for it. Along with the athletic department with JPS, worked together and helped put that together. It was a successful event, as well as the senior showcase, also a successful event. So those two events have already passed, and looking forward to next year. I'm already making plans for next year for those two events. So stay tuned for more information, especially when basketball season kicks off for the 2020, yeah, the 2023-2024 school year. Now, what is coming up next? Uh, I'm trying to get my dates together. Okay, yes, it's not confirmed, but it's a goal. So we're gonna take place on June the 20. No, excuse me. I'm saying June the 20th. July, July 14th. Should take place July 14th in Central Mississippi. I'm gonna say the Hines of Rankin County. We're gonna have the coaching cancer benefit basketball game. Again, that game is gonna take place here, either Hines County or Rankin County, one of those two. So stay tuned to the website. Again, stay tuned for more information. But it will take place the coaching cancer basketball game I'm putting together with a bunch of coaches, regardless of from middle school to high school to college to professional. You coaching soccer, cricket, tennis, softball, baseball, track, whatever sport that you coach. At those particular levels, you are more than welcome to come in and join us. And again, it's a benefit basketball game. We want to have male and female games, but I will make it co-ed. Depends on the number of participants that we get. For the past few years, it has been co-ed. No, this last year was co-ed, but it was male on male, female on female game. So, but we definitely want to have a male on male, female on female game. But hey, if we have to go co-ed, we'll go co-ed. But it's just opportunity where that we're raising funds for domestic violence organization, Butterflies by Grace, Designed by Faith, and the Susie G. Comey Central Mississippi Breast Cancer Organization. This is my way of just giving back because that's who I am. That's one of the that is I'm not gonna say one of the hats that I wear. That is part of that I wear. The main hat that I wear that I am a child of God. And I will make mistakes. I'm not gonna sit here and say I'm perfect because I'm a child of God. I make mistakes. And so that's a branch or that's a piece of the brim or a limb of the hat that I wear because the hat that I wear that I say that I'm a child of God. So that is the part of things we do. I definitely like to help see some type of way of what can I do to help raise funds so that they can provide resource and information to their patrons, their supporters, continue to help put out information for not going to say victims or individuals that have experienced or individuals that had came to those particular situations because we all know someone that has have experienced domestic violence. And domestic violence is some people look at that as only thing between a husband and wife or boyfriend and girlfriend or girlfriend and boyfriend, yeah, whatever. Domestic violence is something dealing with a family dispute, a dispute that's going on within a home, a difference that can lead to arguments, that can lead to physical abuse, that can lead to mental abuse, things along the line. So again, the funds that I raise from this game will benefit those two organizations as well as breast cancer. We know that we know individuals that have survived breast cancer, that have overcame breast cancer, or they experience the transition on with their life through breast cancer. So again, these events to help provide resource so that they can continue to do research and they can provide opportunities for others to get out of those particular situations. Because sometimes you need funds to do that. And this is my way of giving back by providing a source of entertainment for our patrons or for our supporters to attend these events to purchase some of the things, the goods that they're selling there, to again to provide resources to those organizations because they do a lot. I know, especially with the Butterflies by Grace, Designed by Faith, I know that they do a lot in the community, and some of that stuff it is unseen, but it is a lot of work going on behind the scenes, in which that leads to the next event that we're hosting it's the Old School Who Fest. This Old School Who Fest will take place in July also. I want to say July the 29th, the last Saturday in July. Well, let me rewind. The Culture Cancer Benefit Game will take place July the 14th. I want to say that that is the correct date, July the 14th. Let me pull up an old truck while I'm sitting up here running my mouth. Uh-oh. Come on. They have to bear with me. I'm trying to work on this computer to have a legacy in it. Yes, as of right now, tentatively, the coaching council benefit game is scheduled for July the 14th. So I'm calling out my coaches. Come on, dust off your shoes. I'm going to the gym every other morning and continue to work out. But I'm doing some type of physical activity where I'm walking around the office or I'm at the gym working out. So I am doing some type of physical activity because I plan on playing. I plan on participating. I plan on just having some fun, providing a source of entertainment. Now, I'm not going to sit here and say I am that guy on the basketball court, but I'm just going to provide a source of entertainment. And I wish you guys would definitely come on out and attend and join and have some fun with us again as we raise funds for those two organizations, Butterflies by Grace, Designed by Faith, which is the domestic violence organization, and the Susie G. Coleman Central Mississippi organization, which help provide resources and information to individuals dealing with breast cancer. Whew. That was a whole lot. And continue on. July the 29th, that is the tentative date for the Old School Hoop Fest, which will take place at Lanier High School. That is the original location of the Old School Hoop Fest, which started back in 2013, if I'm fully correct. Man, 10 years. Man, but it is the eighth annual Old School Hoop Fest. Been doing it for 10 years. Wow. Because of, what was that, 19 and 20. Hold on, it'll be the eighth thing, but 19 and 20 and hold on, was it 20 and 21? I know we did have it last year, due to the fact of we had an issue with the heating ventilation that went out, and then I know we didn't have the year of COVID, so around. But so no, this is the eighth year for it. This is the eighth year, but I've started back in 2013. Whew, man, it's been full of excitement. I know the first year, you can go back and take a look at the website for more information in reference to that. You can take a look at the pictures about the game. It was exciting. It was exciting. You can take a look at the history of the game. So go to the website, and as you scroll down up under sponsored events, you'll see the Old School Hoop Fest logo, the flaming ball with Old School Hoop Fest. Click on that link, and you can learn more information about the Old School Hoop Fest. And I said it was exciting. So it was very exciting. It was fun though. Just being there, playing that game. Again, I'm at live at Banner Hall here, 4465 I-55 Furnace Road. I was just looking at a young lady just walking by. Again, you probably see me look around because people walking by. Again, I'm in Banner Hall. Going to get me a pastry soon, near the bookstore, the hair salon, printing shop downstairs. So there's a lot of good things going on here at Banner Hall, and I really appreciate the owners and owners of the building for allowing me to come in and just do what I do here. I know you've seen multiple times I've come to this location because of the relationship that I have with the owner. They've supported me in what I do, so I'm here to definitely support them and all I can with them as well. So it's all about good support. So, boy, excuse me, didn't mean to do that. So that's how it's all about support, and we're here to support each other. Support each other. Excuse me. Again, this is more on the road with more the third facility about more and more sports management. I'm here at Banner Hall 4465 I-55 Furnace Road in Jackson, Mississippi. If you'd like to be a part of the show, again, you can log to our website, follow us on social media to learn more information about what we do. Boy, it's a lot of fun. It is a lot of fun. Now, going back to the events again, go to the website to learn more about the events, the Old School Hoop Fest, as well as the Culture Council Benefit Basketball Game. And then something new that I am starting this year. I attempted to do it last year, but ran into some hiccups. So again, I'm a former athlete. I'm gonna take a shot. I'm gonna continue to shoot the ball until I score. I'm gonna continue to shoot the ball until I score because of that. That's just the type of person I am. I have a Facebook friend. He's talking about the coach told him to stop shooting the ball, and he's gonna put him on the bench if he keep on shooting the ball because he got open man. So the coach sat him down and said, "Have you learned to start passing the ball?" He said, "Yes." And so he went back out there and he shot the ball again. And then he asked the coach. The coach has been in the game, why you not passing the ball like I told you to? Because he said the response said, I saw the way that they were practicing. They weren't making the shots in practice, so I didn't want them to miss it in the game much. So I still continue to take the shot. Well, that's how I am right now. I'm gonna take the shots. I'm gonna continue to shoot and continue to shoot until I get tired of shooting. But this game, I call it Holy Hoops. Holy Hoops. As well as I'm trying to bridge, I'm not bridge the gap, but bring in unity, law enforcement, as well as the religious base, regardless of religious belief that you have in from Pentecostal, Baptist, Methodist, Catholic, holistic, Koji, whatever. We all represent God. If we want to stand firm on God's word, that it still says that we should come together in unity. And law enforcement. Now, the law enforcement is here as well. I want to just continue to pray for my brothers and sisters in law enforcement because it is an hectic job to do. It is stressful, and the things that we see and that you go through. So it is stressful. When I say we, yes, I am part of law enforcement also. About myself, I am the recruiter for the Hines County Sheriff's Office Detention Service, and I also assist with other areas recruiting also. And I also am a part of the patrol team. So the things that we see and the things that we have to face sometimes, it's a task. So I just ask that you just continue to pray for us, regardless of what your religious beliefs may be. I just ask that you just continue to pray for us as we continue to do what we do, and main thing is to serve and protect the community in which we serve. Now, back to the game, the Holy Hoops. Again, it's just a game. I just want to bring together law enforcement and our religious base because we are in need of major prayer right now. We are in need of major prayer. We are in need of major difference right now because we can see that the evil spirits are coming over some of our citizens and it's mainly attacking our youth. We've seen an influx of crime in our youth. And what I mean by youth, anyone between the age of 11 to 18 or to 17 years of age. And sometimes we would connect our youth up to, some people say 21, 25, depends on where you put county or city you stay in. But we've seen an influx of crime of dealing with individuals between the age of 12 to 25. And that's more of the younger generation, as they say, not the person with Generation X, Generation Y, the Z generation. I'm not following all that type of stuff. It is what it is. Your generation is, you're born at this particular year, you're a child of God, so I want you to act like a child of God. So not sure exactly what's going on with our youth, but I believe that there's an evil spirit that is coming and attacking them. So parents and patrons and supporters of the community, teachers, educators, religious leaders, political leaders, whatever title that you have, if you're the man in the community, you're the mechanic in the community, or you the neighborhood drunk, whatever title that you have, please. I don't like begging. Just say if you see a youth doing something wrong, encourage them to do what is right. Don't entice them to do wrong because prison facilities are being our prison facilities as well as our graveyards are being overly populated with individuals that have a future where they can help make a difference, as well as our schools are losing out on students because they are going in the wrong direction. So that's something. Our schools are losing enrollment, and whereas our correction facilities, our jails, and our prisons, and our graveyard, they are increasing in enrollment. That's not a good thing. I don't think that's a good thing. So it's something that we need to do to kind of curb that so that our schools continue to increase in enrollment so our schools can continue to thrive. When our schools thrive, that means that our community is going to thrive. And when our communities thrive, that means that our business are going to thrive. And when our business thrive, that means that that's point that is going to make the economy grow. And some people say that Uncle Sam, which is a guy that is still in his grave, is the richest man in the world. How come we can still talk about this guy that's in the grave that's making most of the money of this particular country? We need the community to continue to be a revolving door. And I know some people say that we don't need to be a revolving door. This is what I mean by that the community needs to be a revolving door. Again, this is more on the road with Bernard on the third, presented to you by More and More Sports Management. Nothing but more as our slogan. For more information, again, you can log on to www.mms-management.com. If you definitely like to be a part of the show, you can chime in, make a comment, or you can tweet me, or you can DM me, whatever question and comment we definitely would like to get have dialogue in reference to what we're talking about. Now, what I mean by the community can be a revolving door, as well as that if we build up our family structure, build up our homes to be productive, to provide positive to our mother and father, our two-parent household, and continue to help our children to grow and be productive individuals in the community to take care of the community. Once that is being done, then they can take the knowledge that they're learning at home and they can share it with those individuals at school because everybody community is going to be a little different now. Everybody community is not going to be the same. They're going to be some difference in the community because of the different family structures. Whether if there is a one parent home due to a death or due to the significant others did not agree, due to a child that they were just born out of a one night stand. But we're not going to go down that road too. But still, that child that it should be a blessing. That is a blessing, so we're going to treat it as a blessing. Again, so that's what I mean by everybody community structure will be different. So Once we take that positive information and we take it to the schools, that we can share information because they may be doing something different in your community, which you can take back to your community that can help improve your community. So go through dialogue and talk to how can we make each other better. So now once that take place, and then you can go ahead and go back and again build up the school because we're sharing dialogue and that help us educate each other. That help us as we say, they help us learn each other as well as we teaching each other to be productive individuals. As well as we can learn that information in our particular local school, and then we can take it off to our colleges as well. That we can go to our neighborhood colleges like as Jackson State or Hines Community College, or Alcorn or Mississippi Valley or Tougaloo College or Russ College. And you see, I'm talking about a lot of HBCUs. Or you can go to Mississippi Valley State, or you can go to that school down 61, which is known as Alcorn. I no knock against Alcorn. No, I'm a graduate Jackson. I just still show my love for Alcorn. But you hear me talking a lot about HBCU because they are a really strong foundation. So once you get that information there, you can definitely take it off and continue to learn and get a different environment because of some of those professors. Those professors are what's the word am I trying to say? Some of those professors have studied internationally as well as that they can bring information from across the world and bring into and develop and mold that young mind. And which again, you can learn it and embrace it, absorb it, and take it back to your community so that you definitely can improve that community. Again, once that community has been improved, then guess what corporate America may do? Corporate America may come up and set up a business there to help fund that community, to help make the roads better, to help make the infrastructure better, to help make the schools better, provide the school with better resources. But if we don't have the learning and the teaching and education behind it, that right there what makes the community suffer because of it all starts back when we were at home. So home, as I say, where the heart is, home is where it all starts. Home is what helps us to be a productive individuals that we're looking to be. So home, start it off. Network, work with each other inside the house. Be positive. Provide them with a positive reinforcement. Now I know that there are going to be some disciplinary actions sometimes, but definitely provide them with positive reinforcement so that you can take that information out and it can go to different other communities, and then it can expand out to meaning to learn internationally where you can bring it back home to help better. Man, that was a whole lot. And again, just dealing with community. But also important, I started about the leadership, and also leadership starts by at home. So, man, if you want to sit here and run around here and sleep with every woman that you possibly see, stop that. Just go ahead and find you the individual that you can settle down, that you can help raise a family with. Now, but where did this stuff just come from? I'm talking about leadership because as biblically, as we want to talk biblically, I said, man is the head of the household. Man, a woman should honor thy husband. We not stop right there and also continue on that. Man should love thy wife as so Christ also loved the church. And I was just talking with some individuals earlier this week about what that meant. Now, this is my perspective of it. Yes, the Bible says woman should honor thy husband, and also continue on saying man should love thy wife, and also Christ also loved the church. And when we're talking about Christ so loved the church, Christ, I'm looking at Christ is talking about the body because I'm not talking about the building because the building that we classify as the church can come crumbling down easily, and it can be built back up. Just like our body can become crumbling down and can be built back up. So, what I took that as when Christ also loved the church, I mean Christ also loved the body, which is our temple. So, just as you also love yourself, you should continue to love your wife just like that. Now, I know you're gonna have some disagreements there, here and there, but again, still work it out. I'm continuing to build myself up and discussing things with my wife because I'm the one that individual. Sometimes I don't like to plan. I just like, hey, this is what I'm finna do. This is how I need to get it done. Now let's go get it done. I don't like to sit here and meet and talk and discuss it and plan out blueprint. Yeah, it's good. I have it, but sometimes I want to say, phew, I need to go. Man, both got it. We talked about a whole lot. And this is more on the road with Bernard Moore the third, presented to by more and more sports management. Now, I know that there's some individuals that are out looking that I'm going to definitely share some information with because we're trying to establish a relationship with a few business. So definitely would like for you guys to be a part. And you see, this is what we do. I will come to your location and talk about help promote your business, and we can come on and do shows about what you are doing. But there's some individuals that I know that are looking, that we're trying to work some deals out. So definitely get prepared. And again, stay tuned for more information. You can take a look at my website, mms-management.com, to learn about more information on what we're doing and all the relationship that we have. I really do appreciate you guys for all your support. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Many thanks. But we got to get out of here right now because again, got a very busy Saturday, a very busy day. But I'm still finna do what the Lord asked me to do, is continue to go out and be fruitful and be helpful and be productive to do what we do. Enjoy. Much love to you guys. And you know how we always say when we're ready to get on out of here, one plus one equals deuces. Y'all be awesome. Be